My
small.
first experience of internet was with
I'm really not bothered about this. Do this thing? Really? Why? I guess this is not
why?
the right thing to do right now. This is the right thing. I will do that.
Alright guys, welcome back to my video. And if any of you want to talk to me in English, because nowadays we all have a problem where we do not get anybody to speak in English with, right? So I'm here. If you want to talk to me in English, if you want to have a good session, so I am ready here for you. You can simply text me a message on my Instagram. The ID is AmitKMR394. So you can drop me a message and we both will fix a time, and then we will talk. Now let's start this session.
Yeah.
So coming to you again, your ultimate goal was, becoming a YouTuber only?
No. It was not my ultimate goal. It just happened, you can say. I started watching YouTube videos, so many years back, I would say, when we first got internet in our hands, when, we first, not even smartphone, even before smartphone, when you used to have, those,
BBMs maybe?
yeah, those, I mean, at least 10 years ago, we can go
Blackberry.
at least 10 years back or 12 years back when when we first started getting comfortable with internet, when we had started using
My
phones.
first experience of internet was with Blackberry. We had this BBM, if you
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, I know.
So I think if I go back my memory lane, so that was my first app which got me really addicted to connection and this internet stuff.
Great.
After that, gradually WhatsApp took the era and other apps kept following. So but
Yes.
yeah.
WhatsApp just changed this, texting thing forever. WhatsApp was a kind of revolution in this texting industry, you can say, in this message sharing and stuff like that. And
But I think
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
think texting has very much let this language portion into a drain.
Hmm.
Like people are using such abbreviations, like they're not actually using proper language. So that is somewhere I feel a little drawback, but otherwise, these apps have done wonders, to connect people all over the world, to create, to share everything. It's just so awesome. Like, who would have thought, like 20 years back, we would be having face-to-face conversations and everything on this, just on a smartphones and laptops, such devices. It's a wonderful
Exactly.
revolution, basically.
Exactly. It is, of course, technology has definitely helped us a lot. But why a human being is so stuck into these things is because, whenever a human being gets any sort of comfort in his or her life, then that person is always looking, continuously looking for that thing only. I mean, that person forgets that it is just to make certain aspects or certain things of my life easier. It's not like
Right.
I have to just completely devote myself towards this thing, and
True.
because people are doing this, that's why they are like, I mean, we are equipped with so much. We have best of the technology till now, we have best of the tools, things available, but still a human mind is like, oh, I don't have any control, because you have given your control to that thing, to all those things. Now those things are controlled, just like we say smartphones. Of course the phone has become smarter, but a human being is not that smart enough. I mean, I would say a human being is basically degrading himself day by day, I would say, because
I agree with you
we
completely.
must understand.
The control, yeah, the basically the control of our lives are
Yeah,
in the gadgets that we actually made.
absolutely,
So we no longer have control of our lives. We are completely addicted, to technology.
absolutely. Just a minute.
Sure.
Yeah, Jatika, you are. I mean, you're absolutely right, and we have given our lives control to all these technology things, just like it happens with our brain also. Our brain is a very powerful thing, but what we are doing is we are making our brain control us, but we forget that it's us only who give the commands to the brain. Of course
Right.
tells us that, okay, do this thing, but there should be a question right after that. Do this thing? Really? Why? I guess this is not the right thing to do right now. This is the right thing. I will do that. And this is how our brain gets trained. I mean, I'm learning all those things, and once you get
I
habit,
think I think maturity leads you to this path, to
absolutely,
thinking and questioning yourselves.
absolutely,
That experience only comes with age, I would say.
absolutely, and maturity, and at the same time, how that maturity comes, you will have to make that environment. Once we, the thing is, we are basically lost in our lives because we don't know the actual truths. We are running away from the truths. The first thing is that not only we are running away from the truth, but at the same time this world is also making us run away from the truth, because this world does not want to hear the truth. The truth is painful. The truth, you know it basically takes us out of our comfort zone.
Comfort
And
zone.
it there
Absolutely,
is a saying,
absolutely.
there is a saying that in which I never believed in, but now I believe in this so much. The saying that it says like, truth is stranger than fiction. Earlier, I used to think like, how can truth be stranger than fiction? Fiction is an imagination. But now I realize that that imagination is also coming from a human mind. And that human mind has limitations. So even that imagination is limited. But truth has no limitation. Truth has no limitation.
Right.
That is why truth is stranger than fiction.
Than
Fiction is created
fiction.
by us humans only. It has a limitation. It is imagination at the end of the day, nothing else. And yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
talking about the current era, also many people I feel are still aimless.
yeah,
Like if I talk about myself, I don't know my ultimate goal, but I definitely make short-term goals and go on achieving them. So
absolutely.
that's my agenda, that's my roadmap to go about my life. But still, like if I talk about, the young generation now,
Hmm.
everybody's just walking the walk. Like if if some of a person's friends is going into crypto, for example, the other person is not willing to explore other fields. He's also having the same mindset that crypto is going to make me rich.
Yeah,
So that's just following the herd and not thinking about our own ways, not exploring. So basically I say they are wandering aimlessly.
absolutely.
What do you think about it?
Whatever you said, each and every word is correct. We are nothing but copycats. Whatever we feel comfortable
Yeah.
in, we are like, oh, my friend is doing this thing and he's doing really good. Let's do this thing. I have not even maybe heard about that particular thing from before this day, but I want to
Yeah.
now work in this particular thing, which my friend is working for maybe 10 years or maybe 5 years, or maybe that person has devoted a lot of time already in that thing. That's why he or she is able to earn a good income out of it, a good fortune out of it. But and maybe I already have some different kind of strengths already in me. Instead of focusing on
Yeah.
them, I'm focusing on that thing which I don't know about
Which
anything.
is not,
I
yeah,
don't know
which is
about that.
not my expertise,
And
basically.
it this kind of thing shows that yes, we have transformed from monkeys, because monkeys are copycats, they copy. And even human is copying others. We are afraid of change. And you know I guess all these things start from our school itself, because in our schools only, I guess, from the beginning itself, from the primary classes, I guess we should also have a subject where life is being taught, where we should know that okay, what should be our focus on before choosing a career or any short term career. And yes, there is a wrong definition of career also among people. What they think is a career means something that you will be doing for your entire life. No, a person can have multiple careers simultaneously, and at the same time a
True.
person can can pursue a career for a very short amount of time, and then he can switch back to he can switch to other career also.
Other way.
A person can
Right.
have multiple careers, uh, uh, you know I don't know how to frame it, a multiple careers back to back or even simultaneously also. See, there is no particular definition of life. It's just, we only that who have created a definition. Oh, this is right and this is wrong. It's
Right, human beings are capable of so much more. Like there's
absolutely.
so much
And
unexplored things that we
Absolutely.
still
And
haven't, dealt with.
yeah, and
Yeah, please go on.
once we see something new from any person, and the person is doing decent enough in that new thing, that is something unique that has not been tried before, then people start thinking, oh yeah, this is a very good thing, I think I should also try, I should also go in this thing. So again, what is
Yeah,
happening? We are copying.
right, right, right,
Copying
right.
is not bad. I mean, see, each and everything has its context. Sometimes even copying can also be good. We just have to understand what am I going to do. I mean, but in general, I would say, if you are not sure about anything in your life, okay, what should I do, what should I not, and you are just looking at someone else, oh, let's just do this thing, you can do it. But first we just have to ask multiple questions, that whether I'm good at it or not, whether my attitude
Right.
is into that thing or not, whether that thing really charges me up or not, how good I feel while doing it. If all those questions, or if all those answers also go in sync with that desire, why not? See,
Exactly.
how people learn things, how people understand things is, just because if I have said that we should not copy, okay, I should not copy now. No, you just have to see if things are aligning, if your aptitude, your interest, I mean, your desire, there is some burning sensation in you for doing that particular thing, do it. Even if you're copying it, but still you can do. Maybe, who knows, you will be doing it better than that person. Maybe 10 times better, maybe 1,000 times better. Who knows? Maybe you can do something revolutionary. It's not just,
Basically, yeah. I
yeah,
totally agree. Basically, it all boils down to one thing, that you have to make the educated, you have to choose an educated path. You have to weigh
absolutely,
both pros and cons.
absolutely.
And actually, you appropriately use the word sync. Your
Yeah,
desires and your, life path should be in sync just to make you achieve that success.
absolutely.
That's absolutely correct. And I'm actually amazed people nowadays do not generally talk about such topics.
Yeah, they don't.
But I'm really, I'm feeling so happy that I got to share my views, and I got to also learn your views about this. So yeah, I
That's great.
think more
Yeah,
knowledge should be spread on these topics, and definitely having a goal is one way to achieve success, but
absolutely.
we should on the same time we should not limit ourselves,
Absolutely. We should work on that. We
right?
should, the main problem is we are not giving time to ourselves. We are feeling like, oh, I don't have time, I don't have time. Everybody can take out some time. Even if, you talk about multiple, multi-billionaires or multi-millionaires, people, even they also have time, because they are millionaires and billionaires. Even they have more time because they are making some other people doing their stuff. That's why they have even more time. A person who is working maybe 9 to 5, who has to give 8 to 10 hours on a daily basis in his or her office, that person does not have time. Even if even that person can take out some time. It's all about priorities. It's all about how important that thing
Priorities.
to us is. I'm watching a video, maybe I'm watching a movie that is not going to help me in any sort of my life, in any space of my life.
Wait.
I have given my 3 to 4 hours to that movie. But when it comes to learning anything, maybe watching a 5-minute video that can teach me maybe a life-changing thing, and then I say, oh, I don't have time to watch this 5 minutes video. Man, you are lying to yourself, to nobody else.
Yes. Yeah.
You can lie to this entire world, but you cannot lie to yourself. You can act. You might be a great actor. You might be the father of Amitabh Bachchan also, but in acting. But you cannot act forever. You cannot lie. What is acting? Acting is basically saying a lie, right? You cannot act forever. You can convince people with the help of your lies, but you cannot convince yourself. Deep down, you know what is the reality. That's where a person is
True.
running from, and that is the, I would say, one of the biggest reasons of our discomfort, of our sadness, of our unfulfillment. Is there a word discontentment, or discontentment is the right
Yes,
word
it is.
for the discontent?
And also, we forgot one major issue, which is societal pressure.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
You
sorry
might,
to interrupt you. I would like to share one very important thing which I learned a few days back only. Uh, if a person is, brainstorming for his career, or for the things that he wants to do, in his or her life, that person must consider these two things. First thing is that decision should not be influenced by societal pressure, peer pressure. Oh, we and yeah, and second thing is uh, we must think about a thing that even if we don't earn any money in that, still we can do it. Of course, the day and age we are living in, there is nothing, absolutely nothing we cannot earn any money from. If we can provide some sort of value to other person, we can earn money from it. There are
Right,
multiple
right.
options and multiple options, getting born on a daily basis, from which we can earn, which we could not think of maybe 5 years or 10 years back, or even a year back maybe, because things are changing rapidly, right? So yeah, if I'm deciding about a career, I should be like, I don't care about this society. I'm not breaking any law, but I can break some rules. It's my life. It's only one. I might die
Wow.
tomorrow, yeah. I might die tomorrow. I should not be influenced by this society, because this society has lost its mind. To be very honest, I should not give them the authority to ride my life. It's my life. And
From this,
even if,
I can recall one quote. I'll just, I'll also quote something.
yeah,
I don't know the exact words, but it's something goes like that. That you'll stop worrying much about the society
yeah,
when you realize that how seldom they think of you.
absolutely. Yeah,
Actually, nobody is thinking of others. They're just thinking, they are just consumed in their own selves. But yeah, we just have this norm of societal pressure around us,
yeah.
parental pressure, and people actually are being, going into depression and sadness. It's just because of this
You know,
overthinking.
to be very honest,
Overthinking kills.
yeah, there is so much of mess going on in my life right now, which I'm not very much bothered about. To be very honest, I won't like to share it as of now, but I might
Yeah,
share
yeah,
it in
sure.
future. But I'm really not bothered about this. I laugh when somebody else gets bothered. They basically pretend to be bothered. They are not that much bothered, because they
Yeah.
are fighting with their own life battles.
Yes.
And when they talk about these kind of things, and I'm always like, just a minute. Wow. Okay, no problem. Yeah. So I'm always like, dude, work on your own life. Think about yourself. I know whatever I'm doing, I will do something for sure. Don't be bothered about me. Right. And you start laughing at people only when you start learning about life. People are basically learning about things related to life. They are more into materialistic things. They are important. I'm not saying they are not important. Very much important. Of course, there is. I mean, there is.
They are I would say materialistic things, they are the wants and not the needs. They aren't the
Absolutely.
necessities.
But what I was saying was, the people are not focusing on life. They're focusing on life related things. We must focus on life. And the more understanding you gather about life on a daily basis, it's not something that is a course of 1 hour. Oh, once you're done with that 1 hour course, you are like, oh, I have conquered life. No, it is a gradual thing. You learn things on a daily basis. And of course, you learn on a daily basis only when you have an attitude to learn. You have a desire to learn. Say there are so many people
Right.
who are maybe 50 years old, 60 years old, and 70 years old, but when they open their mouth, I'm like, I should run away from here. Thank you, sir. I'm going away. Because they have not focused on life. They have already spent their 50 years or 60 years or 70 years of life, but they didn't
Okay.
learn even one significant thing about life.